Welcome to this look at a new mod map to Farming Simulator 22 with me, MrSealyp. I am here on the HORSCH Agrovation map Kněžmost in the Czech Republic. The HORSCH Agrovation Pack DLC is out now, 25th of July, on all platforms. This is Pack 3 of the Year 2 Season Pass. You can buy it on its own as a DLC. This is not the equipment review. I've done a separate mod review on the equipment that comes in this pack, and you'll see a few bits of it as we go around the farm. This is not new to Farming Simulator. This the Agrovation Pack, or the map as well, have been out in the previous two. I'm trying to think, FS19, FS17. I'm pretty sure it's on both. The premise behind this being, I'm sure HORSCH have two facilities in the Czech Republic, this being one of them, and they are a centre for training. They're also a centre for innovation of new technologies, of trying out different things. New equipment, new machinery, anything they want to do, that's what these facilities are for. This has been faithfully recreated, the environment around it, with a little bit of jiggery-pokery from Oxygen David as well. So it's got a nice kind of gritty realism sort of feel to it. It has changed a little bit in places from previous versions, as far as I can tell. But if you're new to the game or you haven't played on a previous version, it doesn't matter whether you have or not. You don't need to have played on a previous version of it. It's made by Giants, with HORSCH, obviously. And because it comes as part of the DLC, it's there in your... This is one of the first 5 maps we've got in game, with the 6th coming soon with Zielonka. I say base game, I know we've got DLCs on top as well, but these are kind of base maps. That's the theory behind it. So there's no megabyte download, it's in your menu right from the start. So the map looks like this, which it's always looked like because it's recreating what is actually there. Now, we had a conversation about this at FarmCon, about maps that do this, that recreate an actual place. Swiss Future Farms is one of them. People often complain and say, but they're boring to play on. They might be, it depends on the place. If it's been faithfully recreated, this is how it is in the real world. There's been a bit of not imagination, that's the wrong word, but a little bit of allowance made to make it into a map that you can farm on, that you can play on, as well as it being a training facility. Field prices, though, on New Farmer we do start with the main farm area up here, which is 266,496. So on Farm Manager and Start from scratch, you won't own any land. So if you want to buy that plot, that's what that will cost. The section down here, which has got the farm silo on it, is a separate section, which is also 258,024. We start with field 11, field 12, or plot 11 and plot 12, because the field numbers are different, but they're the plots. And we also start with 18 and 17 down here, which are fields 10 and 11. So like I say, as far as field prices go, the smaller, cheaper field prices, or fields, are down the bottom here. 121, 611, okay, 298, and then we move kind of up a little bit, 998, 1.9, 1.9, then we get onto the big guns, 2.6 and 5.6 million for the big field out there. So, like it or loathe it, we'll have a look around, we'll have a look at the map, and I'll show you what's around. Slot count on New Farmer is 1,102. Farm Manager and Start from scratch is 864. You don't start with any of the equipment and machinery that you'll see as we go round. Now, I'm going to switch over here because, actually, I didn't open the menus. We come to here, it says light switch on. That does all the exterior lights around the yard. I say around the yard, I think it might be, could just be these buildings here actually. As this building goes as well, we can go into here. There was a door that opened, there we go. Lighting inside as well, there's another door further down there. So this is the main entrance to the facility, the sort of reception area, but we're going to walk down and come around to see some of the equipment and machinery. What's interesting, if you want to lease out garage space to people, all these garages open, which is pretty cool. We have got a Fendt 1050 with one of the first bits of machinery. We're going to see the HORSCH Joker 8 RT. Like I said, this is not a review of those. Jet wash point is just in here. Light switches all over the place, so turning lighting on isn't too much of a problem. But as I said, all of these it all opens up, including all of these. There's no shortage of shed space and storage space for whatever you want to store. If we come across the way here, I open the door here. Again, more storage space. Now this one was intriguing. There were pallets in here, but there was no trigger or point, although it shows you it's not giving me any information bottom right on my field info screen. So I think these are just here for show. It is a storage place, I would imagine, in the real place. If we come across here to open these doors, this is where you find your sleep trigger. Sleep trigger is just here. We have a workshop trigger just over here. If we go up the stairs, there's a light switch here as well. Let's turn the light switch on. There we go. And up the stairs, open this door. We have our wardrobe trigger up here. We've got a bit of a lounge. Very nice. And then through here, just a bit more space, conference room type thing, meeting room. So wardrobe trigger and sleep trigger in the building here, with workshop just there. If we can go through that door there, like most of the doors open, which is pretty cool. If we come to this bit here and open this up, we've got liquid fertilizer storage. So there's a tank out the back, but also here as well. If we click on this, 40,000 litres. There we go, there. 40,000 litres, you can go from 1 litre all up to 40,000 litres of storage for liquid fertiliser, and then you will take it out here. The storage tank is around the back of the building, just there. Going up the side of the buildings then, we'll come around to some more equipment. What I'll do, I'll show you in here anyway, our owned items. So under the 1102 slot count, we've got John Deere 9570 RX, Fendt 1050, John Deere 8 R730, Fendt 936. We've got a harvester, trailer, header with a header trailer. Then we've got a Tiger 8 MT and a Refiner 6 SL, disc harrow, the Joker 8 RT, seeders, and Avatar 12.25, Partner 1600 FT front tank. We've got a Maestro 9.75 RX, weeders, Transformer 12 VF, and a Cura 24 ST, header trailer, and a few weights. Like I said, you'll see some of it as we kind of go around. More storage space in here. There's our John Deere, weeders, Joker, cultivator. There's a few different options on these new bits of machinery. Like I say, a card option probably would have come up top right, but I have put up like I said, a mod review, kind of mod review for that today as well. Trailer is just there, header and header trailer with our harvester just there. John Deere 8R. With the Maestro 9.75 front tank, and over here we've got a fuel tank. The fuel tank is 15,000 litre that you can get filled from 1 litre to 15. So that in essence is the main yard. We've got a bit more storage here. Now I'm not gonna lie, I like this pack a lot, and there have been, people will always make comments. That's the way it works. That all the guys that are at FarmCon and people that get early access and that kind of stuff are in some way shills, and because they've given us early access, we're bought and paid for, and we say everything's wonderful and that kind of thing. Not so at all. I've signed no agreement, nothing at all. I do get sent early access, but because I play on console, I don't do the early access. I have got a PC, I could do it on PC, but I always wait for the console version to come out, because I'm sort of true to myself in so much as that's what I do, really. What I will say, I'm a little bit disappointed with the map. Don't get me wrong. I mean, the map work, like I say, from Oxygen David, that kind of gritty realism. It just feels more polished. It feels tidier, neater. It's, you know, it's all great. The lighting's fantastic. The texture palette's great. The color palette, it all works. And I know it's trying to find a balance between the real place, like I was saying before, and a playable map, which I also totally get. But considering this is one of Giant's maps, and this is, you know, you come on, and when you think of Silverrun and all that Silverrun had to offer as well, there's not really much been put on this at all. There's not really any extra production chains put in, but again, it gives you a bit of space to build and grow, to do whatever you want. But the Platinum expansion stuff isn't even allowed for. There's not a sell point on here that allows for wood containers. There's not. I don't know. I just felt like there'd be more to it. I don't know. You know, it's a tricky one. There's nostalgia of, oh, this is really cool. The aggravation map's back. It's a really cool map, and you know. But there's a degree of me saying to myself, oh, I thought there'd be more. Because I know in previous versions, as I'm driving around and thinking, I'm sure there was stuff here and there might have been stuff there and, you know, dotted around. But anyway, there seem to be a lot of sell points, but not sort of anything else added. I'm not sure what they could have added in extra, but I'm just putting it out there. So this is the silo in the second plot of land that I said you could buy that's got the silo on it. So this is the aggravation main silo. Now, this doesn't fit in with. I haven't mentioned mods or the build mode because this is a base game map. There's nothing put in. There's nothing in here because the map makers, Giants, haven't put any mods in. This is a base game map. But if you go to silos, the silo that's on here doesn't match any silo that we've got. So it just says aggravation main silo. So I'm looking at these and saying to myself, okay, well the NL1622 is a 6 million litre standard crop type 3 bin. So if I sort of swung that round, that sort of matches up with that one, kind of. If we go for the NL16 16,000, which is 16 million litres, that's a double whammy 4 bin, which is kind of 2 lots of what's there, although what's there does look a little bit bigger. I mean, my guess is going to be that's going to be an 8 or a 10 million litre, I would say. It doesn't say anywhere. It just says aggravation main silo. So, yeah, a guesstimation, I suppose. So that's the main silo for the farm. We come across here. We've got Bramble Store bales, and then Bramble Store sell point just there. I mean, I don't want people to think I'm a sort of negative on the map as a whole. I mean, it's like I say, it has a really immersive, gritty feel to it. I like that. That's really cool. And having done different map tours on here before, and I was even considering, I was saying to MrSealyp while I was going around doing this, I was thinking about changing this and making it my my test map, my mod map that I do my mod reviews on. You'll see why in a minute. It just kind of made sense. There's forestry on here, not a huge amount of forestry. And there was one thing I thought, oh, that might be a bit of a problem because I might want to do a bit of forestry, or at least have options to do that on mods or mod videos. But I can put a forest in, I can put trees in, I could do that. So I might do. So I'm not, like I say, I'm not saying I don't like it. I'm just saying I thought there'd be more things like this. For example, if we go back to our map and we've come from the main farm area here, we've come down this road here to the silo, Bramble Store and Bramble Store bales. We've come across the road here to here. Now, all this section can't be bought. There's a few bits like this. This section here can't be bought. The field around it can. And then down here we've got a couple of sections that can't be bought either. But they're very large open areas. The sort of places where, if you wanted to come on here and play it as not just the aggravation testing facility kind of thing, you could put production chains and things like that. But you can't, because you can't buy them, which I thought was a bit odd. Anyway, that's it. Moving on. We've got Meadow Falls Store, it's just here. And then around the other side of the building we've got Meadow Falls Bales. which is just up there. So Meadow Falls Bales, it's just there. We come through the gate here. We come through into the machinery store, machinery yard, vehicle shop, however you refer to it. So the workshop trigger for the vehicle shop is just there. The vehicle shop itself is just here, and this is the reset point for the map. So there's your trigger for your vehicle shop. I just thought this was, you know, it's right here, and then literally just across the road, this massive field. And I thought for doing mod reviews and stuff like that, you haven't got to take stuff far. You're going from there straight out into an area where I could have stuff prepped and ready, like I've got on Western Wilds. But it also means I don't have to have an extra map installed. I could uninstall Western Wilds and have this as a, because it's in the base game maps now, as my kind of mod test map kind of thing. Just an idea. Like I said, I just think it would work rather well. So that's your vehicle shop, reset point, and workshop trigger. We go ahead. So across the map, down the map, across the map really, diagonally. Or diagonally. Ooh. I mean, these fields, the ones that are like 2 million, and, you know, they are absolutely huge fields, monster fields. There's nothing at all stopping you from coming on and, you know, you could put some money in, you could do whatever you want to do, you could buy them and you could partition them up. So you could make the really, really big fields into smaller ones. You could put strips between them, or I don't know, however you want to break them up, you can do. I'm going to turn down through here. The level of detail as well. Oh, there are 20 collectibles. I haven't seen one yet, but there are 20 collectibles on the map. I suppose because it's got that Auction David touch to it. As you can see little bits and think, oh, that's got a real Calmsden feel to it, and that's got, you know, I've always said that. I love the fact that all the different map makers have their own style that they kind of put to a map. And you'll see certain bits and think, oh, that reminds me of this, or that reminds me of that. It's very cool. So we come up through the village and out the other side to here. This one is Oak Bridge Store. But again, this is a plot you can't buy. So we're up here at the moment. You can't buy this plot. So the ability to put silos on it, or again, production chains or anything else, you can't. Which, considering there's a lot of space like this, to do that would then mean eating into field space that's on the map, which is also, to be fair, there aren't a lot of fields. That's why I was just saying about breaking up some of the larger fields into maybe smaller ones. There's not a lot of fields on the map. So I guess that they're aiming for you to play it as it's used in the real world, but I think there's a danger with doing that, that people want their maps to be more modular, I think. I don't know. I'm just throwing ideas out there as I'm going along. So back out through the village. I'm sure this was on a previous version. Where are we? Down here. Yeah, can't buy that either. There was one of these was a little plot you could buy, and it was a little chicken farm. I'm sure it was. Oh. So back to the main road. That over there, and then here. This little plot just to our right has got a liquid fertiliser tank on it. A liquid manure tank. Sorry, not liquid fertiliser, liquid manure tank. So we are now just here. So that plot there will set you back 27,984. If you buy that and do that, there you go, get the icon come up for liquid manure storage. You get a little bit of land there, so you could put a production chain on that if you want to. That's something I want to check in relation to that. If I go to demolish, because I own that now, let me remove the walls. No. Oh, okay. I'm really torn over this one. I'm not going to lie, I'm really torn. So, carrying on. When you come down to the larger cluster of sale points, and you open out into these really picturesque areas. So, next up is going to be biogas plant. The biogas plant is one that it's on one of the areas I was just talking about that you can't purchase, but if you buy the biogas plant you do get the plot of land that it's on. So I mean this is a fairly big open space, so you could put more stuff on there. There's one large silage pump on here, and the biogas plant is 1.2 million I think it's. So if I go to the map, we come down here, we're now here. So you can't buy this plot or any of this around here, but if you buy the biogas plant, this plot here, you will own the land. So you could put stuff down on here. I'm sure it was 1.2 million. 1.299. So that's your biogas plant. I did buy it off camera. As far as I can tell, standard cycles per month and recipes for the size and type of biogas plant that it is. Next we've got Sunnybank stores, which is just here. Just here we've got Sunnybank bales. And around the other side of here we've got the animal dealer. Back onto the road. I suppose as I'm driving along, I don't know, I'm just thinking, because you've got the premium edition coming out in November and they've got Zelonka and they're working on that, I don't know whether the focus has been more on that. I wouldn't have thought so. I suppose time has been split. Anyway, sorry. This is Yew Tree Bales sell point. We've got bale sell points. Bales and the store and bales. So that's Yew Tree Bales, and then the Yew Tree store is around this side. It does give competing prices if you've got a few sell points. Cross over the railroad. We've got Muddy Field store, which is just here. And back out of here. And there's a little track just there. Cross over the railway again, this time a little bit further out. We come to the sawmill, and that was what made me suddenly stop and think, well, when I was doing my kind of whiz round, as I drove to here I suddenly thought, oh, I didn't put the platinum expansion on, I didn't select it, and I suddenly thought, this being one of Giant's maps, potentially this has got all the platinum expansion additional wood production. This is a standard sawmill, so we're at the sawmill. Lumber in, planks out with wood chips as a byproduct. So from the biogas plant to the sell point there, livestock market, back out, bale sell point there, sell point, that sell point there, back out, down here at the sawmill. If we zoom all the way back out, that's all the sell points. I say points of interest. There's a nice bit actually. Hang on, I'm going to drive up there because I remember it from previous versions. It's one of those, I always write on my notes all the details and things I'm looking for, the things I need to show or want to show, and then I put features. And features is just bits on the map. It might be sell points, it might be production chains, it might be, you know, whatever. But it's things that I think need to be shown off, showcased, for whatever reason. It might be just a really picturesque view, or it might be something that stands out for whatever reason. I think, oh, that's really cool, I like that. Just need to double check the map, make sure I'm going the right way. Like I say, for previous map tours, and I'm not sure again if I'm on a previous map tour or a previous version of this, there was a sell point or something out this way, because I'm just trying to think, otherwise I don't know why I would have come out this way, unless doing exactly what I'm doing now. there's all this sort of stuff where the detail's been put in, and you don't want to kind of say, well, that's the map and disappear. But there's some really nice bits to this. It's a really lovely bit of the map with a load of detail and a lot of character coming along the side of the lake here, and it's really pretty, you know. I didn't want to do it a disservice. I think that's probably the best way of saying it. But again, it's that thing of speeding through, doing what you need to do, and not taking enough time to stop and just pay attention, you know. It's just really nice. But that is the map. That's the HORSCH Agrovation map from Giants, part of the HORSCH Agrovation Pack that came out today, July the 25th. If I haven't said already, if you have got the season pass, you will get it anyway. If you haven't got the season pass, I think the pack is €9.99, and then whatever the conversion will be depending on where you are in the world. I hope you found this useful and informative in some way, shape or form. If you have, please give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free, and if you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.